Hello, my friends. Welcome to our first of two live broadcasts. And I just had a phenomenal coaching session with someone that's really becoming a good friend, Martin Welch. And you know, we're working in an environment where everything changes. For those of you that have been in my boot camps, we've seen things on Facebook, on LinkedIn, change right in front of us. It's no longer the same process. And we've watched over the last 10 days, LinkedIn has made some significant changes. But one of the things that I really love about our boot camps, and especially love about coaching people, is I'm in the trenches. I see things. I learn things. As a matter of fact, I learn as much from working with folks in one-on-one sessions than they learn from me. In fact, today was a blast. All right, now I'm still in Martin's account, and he had some great questions. And so I asked him, I said, listen, let's keep this going for another maybe 20 or 30 minutes, because where Martin is in the process is where all of you at some point in time are going to end up. Okay? And before we started this, I did a search on the internet for quotes about change. And life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. And so when you're networking with people, when you're communicating with people, sending out these little messages from time to time makes you special, gives people a sense of, you're really somebody that they could benefit from knowing. And let me flip back over here. And let me unmute Martin, because again, today, there you go. So I got to tell you something, Martin. Today, I felt like I should be paying you.
Oh, hey, it's fine. I'll send you the bill.
Okay, yeah, because first and foremost, let's take a look at Martin's profile for just a second, because master social media coach. Now, Martin is a coach, okay, and he has had a he's enjoyed a very successful career setting up programs, doing seminars literally around the world, unlike a lot of folks that have no experience at all and just throwing themselves out there as a coach. He's got the credentials. He's the real deal. And like a lot of coaches, ultimately, they come to recognize that, when you coach, there's nothing residual about what you're doing. Right? And so, and what was interesting is, I think we've had about maybe 5 sessions, and Martin's already starting to bring people into the business. I mean, but these are people that he knew. What did you say, there were 10?
10, yeah, exactly.
Okay. And so we were going through the whole searching process. In other words, you have all these people out there that you could be talking to. And so the more selective you are about who you approach, who you talk to, the more successful you're going to be. And so I was using with Martin an example of the trainer for the Kentucky Derby winner, who has now had 7 horses that he's trained to win the Kentucky Derby. Now, this last horse was not an exceptional horse. The thing was, in the early stages, in fact, the horse was originally sold for $1,000. So it wasn't a secretariat. It wasn't, a big, gigantic horse. It was a small horse. But the horse had heart, and there was something about the horse's personality that when he got out in front, he liked to be in front. And he did not, and so when he got out in front, he just poured it on. He didn't like to have anybody beat him. All of you are looking for people to join your business. And the more selective you are about who you talk to, the more selective you are about who you bring into your business, the more successful you're going to be. So it's not just about finding somebody that's got a need. It's finding somebody that can come into your business and contribute, be your partner, can be with you a year from now. Somebody that has aspiration.
Max, can I just jump in and say,
Yeah.
I got great value from today. You can cut this out in the edit, but I got great value from today because for me it was, as we say in the UK, it was a real penny drop moment, you know. I realized I've been using the shotgun approach, basically shooting at anything that moved, and you made me realize I need to use the sniper approach and pick my targets much better. So thank you for that.
Well, you're welcome. And so we're going to give you a demonstration. Let me just see if there's somebody here that had asked me about. All right, no, she's not here, but that's okay. We're talking about picking the right people. All right. Now, we initially did a search for people that, let's say, are looking for opportunity, right? And so we just hit enter, and we have roughly 1 million people. Now, if we did looking for opportunities, it would be 1.5 million. What we can do is we can go over here for location, and because Martin's in the UK, we're going to specify United Kingdom. And we've got 115,000 people in the UK, United Kingdom, that are looking for an opportunity. Now, what we're going to do, this is where Sales Navigator comes in. So we're going to search with Sales Navigator, pop over here. So we've got 110,000, 20,000 have done something in the last 30 days. But that doesn't mean that these 90,000 people over here that haven't done anything in the last 30 days, couldn't be a candidate, couldn't be a prospect. So here you've got, when you see the gold and white LinkedIn logo, that means they're paying for the service. Then we can scroll down here and we can see the ones that you've already, kind of reached out to. Going over here to posted in the last 30 days guarantees that these are the people that are most current. But then what we could do, so let's go over here. Now we know these people have done something in the last 30 days. And so when you look at this, you're looking for somebody that's entrepreneurial. You're looking for somebody that has aspirations to really go beyond where they currently are. See, let's take a look at this. Looking for my next opportunity in leadership. Okay? So if we come over here, we'll open up his profile. And now what we're going to do is we're going to click the 3 dots and we're going to view him on LinkedIn. Now we come down here and let's look and see. So he's been actively looking for over a year.
Wow.
Okay? So here's somebody.
He's mine, by the way.
He's what? I'm sorry, he's what?
He's mine. Nobody else contact this guy. I'm having this one.
No. First of all, I got to tell you something. Anybody, there's no competing. There's no competing with you. Okay, really, there's no there's no competing with you. But the thing is, so here, let's go down and look at his profile. Okay, look at his background. So he was a sales manager here for a retail place. Then he leaves this and he becomes a business development manager for a company. And my guess is probably might have taken maybe a little cut in pay, or who knows. But looking after the retail sales teams, successfully worked to increase channel turnover. So the whole idea here, national account manager for 11 months, national sales manager for 2 years, and then he comes to work for this company. He starts out as the national sales manager, UK director, 6 years. So he leaves this company after 6 years, and he goes to work for this company. And he was there for about close to a year and a half, and then he left. Now, this doesn't mean he's not doing something else, but he's about to start his next chapter. And so these are his skills. So I can help build your brand, increase your market share. As marketing. Realistically, you'd like to connect with somebody. You don't need help with marketing. You want somebody to come in and work with and build a team and train. That doesn't mean he couldn't be very, very good at working with you, but we know that he's relatively active, and we can come down here and see just by clicking on this that he liked something 2 weeks ago. All right? So he's active. And so these are the kinds of people that you'd like to be talking to. Now it's not going to take you very long to pick out and identify the people. Once you reach out and start the connection process, it's not going to take very long to identify the person that you're really looking for in natural conversation, as opposed to going through a lot of numbers. Now here's somebody, a business coach, a speaker, and he's also a John Maxwell coach. Now again, why do people get into coaching? Well, because it's another income source, but none of that necessarily relates to doing something that generates any kind of residual income. So at the end of the day, it's always going to be about conversation. But now, and I was telling Martin earlier, I have a little remorse, okay, about sharing all of this with everybody in boot camp. Should have been something maybe I held back for my coaching people, but hey, it's so big, it's so important that I couldn't do that. So view all filters. So we can come down here, and out of these 20,000 people, if we come down here and we look at people that just joined LinkedIn yesterday, over the last week, over the last 14 days, so 35 people, over the last 30 days, and over the last 90 days. So there's 933 people that have jumped into LinkedIn in the last 30 days. In the last 3 months. So these would be the people that haven't been slammed yet on, by all the network marketers that are out there. And so just as we were finishing up our coaching session, Martin made a comment because in one of the searches, someone came up that was working in a retail store, a retail chain that just went out of business in the UK. And so as I was explaining this to Martin, I said, let's carry this over. And because all of you, again, could benefit as well. Now, when you're creating your profile, you're filling in all the blanks. Everything that you tell the world about yourself on LinkedIn gives you credibility with people that share similar values, similar interests, similar experiences. So that's why it's so important to list everything. So let's come back over here, and instead of doing a search, let's clear this out, for people that are looking for an opportunity. All right, Debenhams is a retail chain in the UK that just shut down. All right, so if we come up here and we just do a search for the company. Now this would be just like in the United States, if you did a search for, let's take the United Kingdom out for just a minute. So there was 55,000 people that are connected with this retail store. Last year when they shut down JCPenney, or when they shut down a gym. So there's 55,000 people on LinkedIn connected with this retail chain. And if we just wanted to look for people, again, in the UK, so now we're down to 44,000. Now, we don't have to put looking for an opportunity because the place, they just closed. Martin, how long ago did they close?
Literally within the last 3 months. They were on the edge before the pandemic,
okay.
But the pandemic tipped them over the edge, and now they're gone.
Okay, so now they're and that's a good, 90 days is a good number because the people here have had enough time to realize it's not going to be so easy to find another position comparable to what they were doing before, because so many retail chains have closed. You've got this huge pool of people at every level that are searching for opportunities, and a lot of these folks end up leaving retail and going someplace else. All right, so what we did was, before we even go over to Sales Navigator, we could come over here and we could do a search for people that were store managers. And you got 8,600 people that were store managers. Now, as we scroll down, you can see the more information that you can see here. This was a store manager. Now, notice that you can't connect with some of these folks, and that's because of the way they've got their settings set up. So let's take a look at Vicky Smith for just a minute. Come down here a little bit, and let's come right down and let's see. Look at this. This is what we're talking about. This woman has worked for this place, this chain, for almost 32 years. 32 years.
They're actually closing their doors in 2 weeks, Max. On the 15th of May, I got 10 days time.
Okay, so it's so I mean, can you imagine how people like this feel? I mean, so now the question is, we want to look at activity. And so she liked something 3 weeks ago. All right? Now, she's a store manager. Now, you want to talk about circles of influence. Managing a store. Let's come back to her profile. She's got department heads. She's got salespeople. And skilled in retail, sales, team building, teamwork, and leadership. These are the things that you're looking for. Now, I have to also tell you that, and so were you able to bring this person into your business? She's got a circle of influence of people that have all been put out of work. And notice there's no looking for opportunity here. So scrolling down this list, it's okay, so here's another one. Store manager. All right, now we come down here. So, okay, so she's been with them for almost 8 years. Before that, she was working for Toys R Us for so she started out, looks like, in customer service for TK Maxx. In the United States, it's TJ Maxx. And then she goes over Toys R Us. 2 years, about 4 years. Then she becomes a deputy store manager. And then she leaves this to come over to Debenhams. So when we're searching, we got store manager. Well, we could also just do manager. Could be a department manager. Could also be a store manager. Now these people are all out of your network, so we have to move it up a little bit. This person's a facilities manager. Selling support manager. Different kinds of managers. We are also going to get store managers. Now, if we want to move up the chain a little bit, we could say district manager. Now, so there's 406 district managers. Now, this person used to work at Debenhams and is now a district manager at Arbonne. So when we do these keyword searches, as long as the words are in the profile, that's all that matters. So here's somebody, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what they're currently doing. So here, she's a district manager. Somewhere in her work history, she worked for Debenhams, but not now. But let's come back up here and look at see, where was it? Okay, so here's Cheryl. She's paying for the service. And if you bring up her profile, a district manager manages a district which includes a number of stores. Dynamic manager, multiple capabilities, including the ability to direct and develop a large team. Okay? So these are the kinds of people. I can build relationships with anyone. We come down here, and she was a store manager for 4 years. Before that, retail sales for 6 years for another place. All right? So these are the kinds of people that you want to reach out and talk to. Now, we did a search for district manager. She's coming up as a store manager. And one of the things, because we talk about posting and sharing in the course of having a conversation with someone. We changes about life, moving on. Quotes about the definition of insanity. Okay? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Now, one of the things, we all know what we know. But when you're talking to someone in retail sales that just lost their job here. Now, this is Sales Navigator. I'm sorry, this is just a regular LinkedIn. If we turn around and we go, let's just take Debenhams. Let's go back to our original number, 44,000 in the UK. Now let's go over to Sales Navigator. So here they're showing 45,000 and 4,000 have done something in the last 30 days. All right. Now we're not looking for the CEO or a managing director. We're looking for, let's come down a little bit. We're looking for store managers, regional managers. Here's the HR director. Okay. So here's a store manager. She's worked here for 6 years. Of course, the question is, how active are they? But if the company has been in teetering for the end of last year, and now they've been out of business now for 90 days, a lot of these people have already been slammed by people, direct sellers, network marketers. So this person is an ex-regional sales director. All right? So let's bring up his profile for just a minute. Inspirational leadership qualities, energizing teams. All right? So let's take a look at his profile back on LinkedIn. Partly retired. Partly retired. All right? And think about all the people that this guy knows. Now, the real power of Sales Navigator is we can come back up here and let's go to the filters. Because remember, everybody that works for that company is looking for something else to do. So 3 people jumped on LinkedIn yesterday. 24 people in the last week. In the last 30 days, look at all these numbers. In the last 7 days, 24 and 3 would be 27. So let's just add these up. So these are the people, and this is why you want Sales Navigator. These are the people that just jumped on LinkedIn in the last 90 days. Now, when we do these keyword searches, this person is not in Debenhams anymore. They used to be. So you have to pay attention to what you see here. And again, the more selective you are about who you're talking to, the more successful you're going to be. You're looking for somebody that's entrepreneurial. You're looking for someone that has more going for them than the fact that they're looking for an opportunity. You have to raise the bar. Your profile is created to attract a particular type of a person. Give yourself enough credibility. These are the people that you want to be talking to. And one of the reasons why we're coming here, because we have 658 people. Now that was in the last 90 days. Again, when you look at the profile, when you look at the details, come all the way down to the bottom, and you've got 27 pages of prospects. Now, yes, you would like to bring in a store manager, a retail store manager, a district manager, a regional or district manager, but it's all about relationships. Now, somebody that's a senior sales assistant that worked for this place for less than 2 years. Again, it comes down to who these people really. Here's a department supervisor. So let's take a look at these two. All right, so let's take a look at Louise first. And let's bring up her profile over on LinkedIn. And of course, she's relatively new. 24 connections. Competent leader. And so this is her background. And so the thing is that somebody like this, if you brought somebody like this into your business, and they were ambitious, and they were passionate about working with you, their circle of influence includes everybody that they know, everybody that they worked with while they were working at Debenhams. So somebody like this is one of the things we talk about in our 2-day retreats. If you're looking for an unhappy network marketer, you don't necessarily have to go for people at the top. You can find somebody that's at the low end of a company, bring them into your business, and that person can literally walk you right up to people that are higher up. But the more so, but again, so this might be one person that you want to talk to. Let's look at the next one. Emma, department supervisor. Now these people are just getting started. So she's worked here for 9 years, almost 10. Sales advisor. This doesn't really count. So the reason I brought up the definition of insanity is because so people that you're going to run into that are in retail will go from retail chain to retail chain to retail chain. Now they're looking for another opportunity. They're looking to get into something that they're familiar with, something that they know. So let's find another retail place that we can go to work for until it happens to us again. So the strategy, the approach that you want to take with people like this is, look, and we have a classic example in our texting document. how to talk to people, where you take a manager who has been training people, training sales teams. So instead of training teams to make the company that you're working for more successful, making them rich, and you get paid a nice salary because you've been training these teams, how about getting into a business, your business, where you could train people to generate their own businesses, help make them wealthy, and make yourself wealthy at the same time. This is what we're talking about. So there are going to be a lot of people over here in Debenhams that you're not going to see the open to work frame around them. But whether we're doing, let's come back over here. Whether you're looking for people that are working for a store that has completely closed, or, let's pull out of this for just a minute. And let's come over here and let's put in the state of Oregon. Now, the governor in Oregon just closed all of the restaurants, the gyms, shut them all down. So let's see how many people are on LinkedIn in Oregon. So you have 1,510,000 people in Oregon. Now, some of these people, if we come up here and we do a search for restaurant, you have 24,000 people. Here's a general manager of a Denny's. Director of operations, doing business as Cafe Yum. Here's a restaurant owner. So we could filter this down. We could say, show me all the restaurant owners in Oregon. There's 4,700. Show me all of the restaurant managers. There's 13,000. Show me all of the restaurant assistant managers. There's 5,600. Now again, when we do these searches, we don't know how active these people are, which is why we want to use Sales Navigator. Show me all of the servers. Waitress, waiter, 5,600. Now, a lot of these people are not going to have that open to work frame around them, but you know, if you follow the news, that they're all out of work. So you got restaurant server, you have restaurant waitress, 6,400. You have restaurant cook. Now, if you're going to choose someone to work with, the fact that he's a cook, well, he's clearly looking for work, but you don't want cooks. You don't want chefs. We are looking for people that are going to work with you long term. That 3 years from now, they're going to be your best friends. 3 years from now, they are going to be they're ambitious. These are the people that you're looking for. The more, you've heard me say it over and over again, the more selective you are about who you're talking to, the more successful you're going to be. And it only takes 10 or 15 minutes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth of learning, is this the kind of a person that would appreciate what you're doing, would have the aptitude to be successful in the business, and has the skills. And this is why in our next boot camp, which by the way starts on Thursday, we're literally going to be doing things at a totally different level than for those of you that have taken boot camps before. So we get here to the next network marketing texting scripts. All right, if we pop over here, we have 12 universal success questions have been expanded to 15. And we have an example here. Let's bring that up for just a minute. We've added 3 more questions. Steps that anybody could take that produce almost immediate responses and results. And what do you say I want to find the example. What do you say to somebody that knows all about network marketing? I've been approached by a lot of people. Now, the strategy here that resulted in a sale can all be summed up in one paragraph. Perhaps this is a time in your life to stop making the mobile carriers you work for rich. Start building your own team of motivated entrepreneurs. Help all of them become rich. I can't even begin to tell you how many people have used this strategy to bring people into the business that can immediately recruit. In the whale document, you're looking for people, national sales managers, regional managers, district managers. These are the kinds of people that when you talk to them and they jump into your business, they bring people with them. When life hands them lemons, make lemonade. When something happens that takes you down a different road than you planned, you can take control of the situation and turn it into something positive. What looks like a catastrophe can end up being a wonderful opportunity for these people. And then we come down here and we give you specifically the qualifying question. Why did you get into your profession? What did you enjoy most about your job? What other positions would you consider in your next job? Once you get the answers to these questions, you have a real clear idea as to whether we want to continue to talk to them. If you can't find a position with another company equal to or better than the one you had, would you move to another industry? Well, you could. This is a natural flow of conversation, a natural flow of questions. You're qualifying people. You're not rushing out and jamming your business opportunity at folks because they're getting that every single day. The more selective you are, the more successful you're going to be. So, Martin, really, I appreciate our time earlier today and this too, and we'll get the schedule set up so that next week we'll get on the new one.
It's an absolute pleasure, Max, and I just want to commend you for giving people such great value that you're giving them during this session. Absolutely free. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Well, like I said, the session this morning was, priceless. So again, I appreciate you as much as you appreciate me. All right, so let's take a look at let me look in the chat window. And Bobby, I looked for you last night. Right. So Bobby says I need to be more selective. All right. So let's jump into Lori's account. And so we're going to look at Vanessa. Okay, so Vanessa is seeking a new opportunity. Okay. So she's an accountant. Teacher. Accountant. All right, so I'm going to unmute you for just a second, Lori.
Hey, Max.
Yeah, hey, Lori. So now let me ask you a question. After what you just saw me do with Martin, okay? If you had an opportunity to talk to somebody that was in leadership and management in retail as opposed to somebody with an accounting background, who would you pick?
Exactly.
Okay.
The only reason I continued with her, she wanted her next job to be involve horses and etc. And I thought, whoa, how's she going to finance that?
Well, that's true. Again, but we all want things. We all want things, right? And so at the end of the day, if we look at basic conversation, what do? I'm an accountant. One word answer. Why do you want to leave? Okay. No advancement. Ready to move on to a new opportunity. Okay? So what type of an opportunity are you looking for? Accountant, human resources? How's linking working for you? It's good. You're getting short answers. Now she says, are you a recruiter? Okay, so among other things, I wear a lot of hats. All right? So what kind of response are you getting? And she says, I'm starting a home business. Okay. What home business are you starting? Well, okay, you know, so maybe what kind of a home business? So what is, you know, you're basically asking, so what is this? Okay? So what kind of a business are you starting? Maybe you could find a little bit more information about this if you look for it. All right, well, let's come back to the... let me go back here. Okay, so the bottom line with her... Okay, so see, when you ask what home business, it's a short answer. If you'd ask her, well, what kind of a home business are you starting? You might have gotten a little bit more information. What kind of a business? And horses resting from performance or industries. Okay. So, all right. So we want to have a little bit of conversation. So we could say, I never thought, or we could say, it never occurred to me that horses get injured and there be a market of remedies. Now we could get cute, okay? We could take this out. All right, and let's go over to our little GIF and pop that in there. There'd be an opportunity and market of remedies to help them. Now, Now, we could say, well, why do you want to start a business like this? Or, which is what you really want to know, but a better question, broader brush, is why do you want, she said up here, I am starting a home business. The correct response would have been, really? So what kind of a home business? Okay? What kind of a home business? Then, why do you want to start a business from home? So let her tell you that. And then, okay, there's lots of businesses from home you could start. Why horses? Why such a narrow range? But again, we're talking to someone that has a background in accounting.
Right.
Okay? So let's take a look at the other person you're talking to. All right. So, administrator, open to new opportunities. Attention to detail. Well, work for myself and at home. You see, do you see what happens? Okay? This is how fast it goes. And so at this particular, work for myself and at home. Okay? So many people today want to start a business from home. That we can say, and there are certainly thousands businesses to choose from. Why work for myself? Are you interested in a business for horses? Now, we're talking to her. You could be talking to him. And let's take a look at this person right here. Executive assistant, project coordinator. Again, well, let's take a look at this, okay? So here she was an executive, she was an administrative assistant to the dean at a college. So, okay, so this is somebody that you know. So, all right, so here she...
Actually, no. Lots of conversation with him.
Okay.
Back and forth. He's been home through surgery.
Okay. So, worked for the dean at a college, executive assistant, office manager, administrative assistant, executive administrative assistant, executive assistant. So again, the question is, why her? Why her? You are a successful leader in your business. You're a successful leader in your industry. You're a 7-figure income earner in your business. Okay? You want to start thinking of yourself like, did you follow any sports?
Yes.
You follow football?
Basketball.
Basketball?
Basketball.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
basketball.
Okay. Basketball. Okay. So you're the coach of a basketball team. Last year you made the semifinals of the playoffs, and then you lost. Why did you leave? Why did you lose? Because you really need a tall, aggressive forward that is capable of making those 3-point shots. Okay? In your business, you're looking for somebody that wants to go to senior director or higher ASAP. You're looking for somebody that's got an extensive background in sales. You're looking for or team building and training. That's the kind of person you're looking for. Okay?
Got it.
All right? So talking to people.
So true.
Okay, right. So you're talking to the wrong people. And the people that you want to talk to, there's an overabundance of those people. All right? Now, unlike a lot of folks here that are looking for exactly the same kind of people you're looking for, because if you want to be extremely successful in network marketing, you want to be talking to someone that's ambitious, that wants more than they currently have, that has the aptitude, that has the circle of influence necessary to be successful in your business. There are millions of them on here. And you get to set your profile up to position yourself to be the kind of person those people would like to talk to. So why you're talking to these people here, is puzzling. So this woman wants to have a business from home. Wonderful. She wants to have a horse business. I could think of 11 different reasons, starting with the fact, so why does she want to have a horse business? What is it about the horse business? You're going down that entire road. You're going to blow 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes learning about this person. When you have over 200,000 people that could be your 7-foot forward capable of making those 3-pointers all day long.
Absolutely.
Okay? I mean, that's what it's all about. Okay? And so, Martin, had mentioned to me earlier that he's brought 10 people into his business. Now, these were people that he knew or he had some kind of a relationship with. But what he's learned while he's been going through this period, he's learned, number one, that initially he was in too much of a hurry to bring up his business. He's learned that he needs to slow it down, because it's not about, if we speed it up, we can talk to more people. If you slow it down, you're going to talk to fewer people, but you're going to be talking to the right people. And that's what it's all about. You've got to be, selective. And so let me just look at here. There was somebody here that she's not here, But somebody sent me a message the other day, and they said, Max, I've been through 3 boot camps, and I haven't closed one person. I haven't made a sale. What's up with that? My answer was, number one, in reviewing, your profile's terrific. Number one, you're talking to the wrong people. And number two, when you're talking to the right people, you're not saying the right things. You're pushing your business opportunity on people as opposed to laying back, qualifying people to see, are they someone that is looking for an opportunity, is ambitious, and more important than that, are they someone that can be a team member, that can be a contributor? But if you're saying the wrong things to the right people, nothing's going to happen either. Folks, I'm giving all of you a recipe to the best key lime pie out there. You follow the recipe in sequence, and you're going to make a phenomenal dessert. You talk to the right people, you say the right things, and you just have to focus on who are you looking for. Who is that person? So think of yourself as a coach. You're all entrepreneurs. You're recruiters, you're headhunters, but raise the bar. And every one of you, at the end of the year, can be at the top of any company that you're in. Okay, I'm not talking about rank advancing once or twice. I'm talking about going all the way to the top of any company you're in. Doesn't matter. I'll be back at 4 o'clock this afternoon. I want to thank Lori. I want to really thank Martin. And in fact, I appreciate all of you. I really do. All of you are learning a skill set that will take you right to the top of any company that you're in. So until next time, best of luck building your business. God bless.